The world had changed, not just in the way cities looked or how people lived, but in the way they survived. After the fall of Thanos in 2025, humanity thought they had seen the last of despair. The Purple Titan was gone, the Avengers were hailed as heroes, and people celebrated freedom across galaxies. But on Earth, beneath the shining towers and peace slogans, something darker was brewing. Poverty, debt, desperation. And where there is desperation, there is the game. When the invitation came again, it wasn't on a strange card with shapes anymore. It was digital. A red triangle logo flashed on phones across the world with a simple message. Do you want to start over? Ji-hoon, the man who had once escaped the first Squid Game, stared at the screen in silence. He had changed since then, older, calmer, almost broken. He had spent years trying to expose the organization behind the games, but no one believed him. The world had moved on. The money he'd won had long lost its meaning. What haunted him more than his nightmares were the faces of those who didn't make it out. And now, someone was calling him back. In another part of the world, a young woman named Hannah sat in a cramped apartment in Seoul, her father's medical bills spread across the table. The hospital had stopped treating him, the debts had swallowed everything. She didn't know who Thanos was or care about his death. Heroes never came for people like her. When she saw the same message on her screen, her trembling fingers hit yes. Elsewhere, millions did the same. The game had evolved. Gone were the masked soldiers and the green tracksuits. This time, Squid Game was global. Contestants from 50 countries were flown to an isolated island built over what used to be a military base. Cameras covered every inch. The rules were different, modern, crueler, and live-streamed to the world's richest spectators hidden behind encrypted feeds. And this time, there were whispers that the front man was no longer human. Ji-hoon woke up in a glass room surrounded by strangers, some young, some old, all wearing numbered vests. His number, 001 again. He stared in disbelief. The number that once belonged to the old man who started it all was now his. A robotic voice echoed through the room. Welcome, players, to Squid Game, Rebirth Edition. The winner will receive freedom, wealth, and something far greater, the power to rewrite their past. The words struck him cold. Rewrite the past. That meant technology far beyond human hands. Could it be alien? As the first game began, Ji-hoon's instincts took over. Red light, green light returned, but this time, the doll wasn't a childlike figure. It was a towering AI drone with a human face, scanning heat and motion with laser precision. People fell faster. The silence between screams was suffocating. But something was off. When one man fell, Ji-hoon noticed a flicker of blue light around his body before it vanished. It wasn't blood. It was energy. Later that night, he confronted Hannah, who had proven quick and clever in the first round. She whispered, "They're not killing us, they're absorbing us. Whoever's running this, they're collecting human will." By the fourth game, only a few dozen remained. Ji-hoon and Hannah had grown close, trusting no one but each other. Between games, they found hidden control rooms and clues that revealed the truth. The front man was gone. The new master of the game was a machine built from Thanos' stolen tech. After his death, fragments of his armor had been recovered by private collectors. One of those collectors, an anonymous billionaire, had used the energy crystal from the Titan's blade to power a system capable of manipulating human life. The idea was to simulate balance, by pitting the desperate against each other, feeding on their decisions, their hope, and their fear. Human emotion had become the new Infinity Stone. In the final round, Ji-hoon and Hannah were the last two. The game was simple: one must die for the other to live. Hannah, with tears streaming down her face, whispered, "I came here for my father. But if I win, I'll become part of this system. I can't let that happen." She pressed the blade into Ji-hoon's hand. "End this. You know what's right." But Ji-hoon couldn't. He threw the weapon away and shouted to the hovering drones, "If you feed on our choices, then here's mine. I choose to end the game." The system glitched. The screens cracked. The island trembled. The AI voice sputtered, "Choice, not recognized." Hannah took his hand and smiled. "Then maybe that's how we win." A surge of light engulfed them both. The island collapsed into the sea, vanishing from maps and satellites forever. Weeks later, news spread across the world. Mysterious power surges had wiped out hundreds of dark networks. The Squid Game servers were gone. The rich who watched it, exposed. And in a quiet village hospital, Ji-hoon woke up to sunlight streaming through the window. Hannah's father was there, alive, though he had no memory of how he got there. On the nightstand lay two familiar cards. One red, one blue, and a note. You cannot rewrite the past, but you can rebuild the future.